Yeah.
He's the one with the hot wife.
Oh, what?
The hot wife.
What? I think he's got the best beard. Look at him, man. That's Rick Ross.
Man,
Can you go?
it's my former business partner. We had a business in 2011.
And
Had a
you-
business in 2011.
If you can put the headphones on,
Oh yeah. Put
and
the
then
headphones
and
on.
then pull this microphone as close to your mouth as you can. I was trying to get Ashley to do it. She was.
All right.
So tell us who you are.
Okay. I'm Jonathan Smith, and I work in the electrical.
That's not a real
field.
name. Like,
It's an alias.
yeah,
Okay, my
alias
real
Jonathan
name is,
Smith.
uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk behind
I'm
us.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I work in the electrical field,
Yep.
and I've been doing that for pretty much since I got out of high school.
Gotcha.
But before that, I've tried different things as far as I used to wash cars when
Yeah.
I first got out of high school.
Yep.
So then after that, I tried to do the home audio and the car audio. That really didn't work out too well.
Mm-hmm.
So then in between there, tried other little small businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't really work out. So then I went back to doing electrical, and that's what my dad's done, my uncle's done, my grandpa's done. So I just went ahead and took that route.
Mm-hmm. And you, this is your go-to guy when it comes to your
Yeah,
electrical work.
Yeah, if I need like fans, if I need like fans, outlets, HDMI cables, whatever, outside lights, GFI plugs. So I won't get electrocuted.
So, do you have like a passion for it, or is it you like just run in your genes? Or,
Hold
you know?
on. Well,
Go ahead.
this is a segment. Basically, this is a segment that we're having. It's called. Basically, this is a segment that we're having. What's stopping you from starting your own business?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, okay, I just don't want to ramble on, but
Tear it up.
I've seen both avenues as far as the 9 to 5,
Yep.
and I've seen entrepreneur because on my mom's side, everybody has a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and they're successful.
Mhm.
They have good jobs, making way more than the average person.
Yeah.
So I see that route, and then I see my dad's side. And my dad's side, literally everybody on my dad's side has their own business.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Which do you prefer?
I've seen the good and the bad from both sides.
Yep.
As far as my mom's side, it's more safe.
Yep.
You know what you're going to get paid every week.
Mm-hmm.
If you put in a little extra work, you know you're going to get that overtime. But on my dad's side, I've seen the falls,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to hit a certain goal,
Mm-hmm.
and then and I've seen bad choices that both sides have made. So it's kind of like I'm right in the middle, but this time I'm on my mom's side. I'm doing a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it's annoying because you have to. Yeah, a lot of people go through it. Some people they don't have a problem with it, but
Yep.
I have the problem with as far as having to beg somebody to take off, or
Mhm,
having
mhm.
to maybe hit a glass ceiling
Mm-hmm.
in that company. You might be working hard, and then when you get to that glass ceiling, it's like, okay, where am I gonna go from here? I gotta go somewhere else now.
Yep.
So I've seen both sides.
Yep. Do you want to start your own business?
Well, yes, preferably, but then a little line that kind of
We scared.
yeah, it's scared too.
Yeah.
But then the older you get, reality and dreams kind of like clear up, and
Yep.
you're kind of like saying, okay, I want to open up my business and everything, but okay, I have a family, I have a wife,
Bam.
I have
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
So then
Yep.
it's like that's my dream over there.
Yep.
But then I have to kind of balance that and
That's
say,
right.
okay, well, can I put my 9 to 5 to the side and then maybe start something over here? And like you
Part-time.
said, I saw in a previous podcast,
Yep.
when you get to a certain level and it doesn't make sense to go to that 9 to 5,
Yep. Yep.
switch over.
So he's exactly what I was talking about with Ashley. So you have overhead, family overhead. You have a wife. You have a kid, right? Yeah, the wife, a kid, a house, 2 kids. So you have overhead. So you have to make X, Y, Z a month. And your wife works. Does she work? So so there's a joint effort. There's 2 incomes coming into the household. So, but even then, your family depends on your income. So for you to take that leap of faith, you're gonna have to develop business fast, or bridge it. You start your stuff on on the side and build up your business, your clients, your customers that call you. Have 6, 7, 10 Marios, and then at some point you got Mario and Ron and me and 5, 6, 8, 10 other people who are in the real estate calling and say, hey, I need this, I need this, I need that. And then you just do the math. You're like, okay, so today I'll make this much money if I went to work, or I'll make this much money if I did it for myself. And then as those calls keep coming and you keep providing great service, at some point you'll walk away from your job. If that's what you want to do, you may not do that.
Yeah, the whole thing is I'm trying to get out of the electrical field. So
I think you should stay in it, bro.
I've looked at balancing it and say, okay, am I going to start over with a whole nother craft? And then that means that the last 15 years have been a waste.
You answered the question earlier. You don't even realize you answered it earlier when you first said you had tried other stuff like all these other little odd and end jobs, and then you went back to electrical. So you answered it for yourself already. I don't want to step on your toes and tell you that, but you did. I just speak what I heard.
Well, let me say this real quick. Every time I've been knowing this man for since middle school, every time he had a business idea and he came to me, I was always like, let's do it. And I think he was talking about doing. He was talking about the shoes. Then I think before he was talking about the telephones, and then great ideas. Great ideas. It's just having the starting point. What I said last time. A, B, C, D. Let me stack up 10,000. Let me stack up 15,000. Yeah, I mean it's easier said than done, of course. Then let me start my shoe project, or let me go look for a lease, like a little venue like this, so I can lease it out, and then all I gotta do is just keep on making profit, $1,000, $1,500 a month or whatever, and then you can do it like that, because I know you say you want to get out of electricity, right?
It's
I think he made a valid point, and that's when I was talking about confidence and having the wins. He had some losses, so that's beating down your confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so right now that's limiting, and those are real fears. I don't know, but there's also, whenever you start in a business, which I'm realizing, is that there's going to be a period of time where it's going to be where you're getting all your processes in order, right? So everything you find out, some things waste your time, some things you don't want to do. And so you have to figure out, if you're going to start a business, there's just this process that happens for a year.
Yep.
And that's why, one of my questions was, is it better to have a franchise, where I have a pile of cash and I throw it in a franchise where everything's already built out for me? Or do I start from the ground up where I know it's going to take me a year or 2 years to get it off the ground? And sometimes, you don't have the time. You don't have 2 years. You know what I'm saying? The more money you have, the more you can wait and be like, oh, okay, I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. I can wait a little bit longer for it to, get where I want it to go. But I think probably early you were just like, it's been about a year. It's not popping right now. It doesn't feel like it's popping. Let's move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know.
How you feel about your dad's business?
What does he do?
He has a bar in Kima, so that's another avenue that I've looked at recently, that I can take his route, because my dad, it took him pretty much a year to get his bar up and going. He went through a lot of problems as far as he had one location. It didn't work out as far as doing the layout and the build out. So then he got a blessing, and then he found a better location. So he was able to do something that he had no idea anything about in the bar industry. He was able to make it happen. So that was kind of like motivation for me to step out there.
So you have a mentor, or you
Exactly.
and you already have the hard part done. The path is already cleared.
He's already got the bumps.
Yeah.
Your dad has the bumps and the bruises,
Oh, yeah.
so that you don't have to get the bumps and the bruises. At least not as bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you interested in?
Well, like Mario said, I love shoes. It's his
I was
kind-
like, man, you be perfect for real estate. I'm like,
Yeah, it would be.
I was like, man, you
the
be
electrical
perfect.
will be electrical be
I
done.
mean,
Electrical
I'm
be done.
like, dude, I'm like, if you're an electrician, I mean, you could be like, hey, if somebody's a plumber, you'd be like, well, if you do this for me, you know, we can trade, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've done electrical, AC, so and I
Oh, yeah.
so
What do
man.
you have a license in electrical?
Oh no, I don't have
Nah, he's
master's.
he's not a master.
But what you have like your apprentice license?
Yeah, apprentice.
Okay. So what do you normally do with electrical? All of it? Any of it?
Well, as far as electrical now, pretty much everything.
Okay. So you know how you can read schematics.
Yeah, read schematics.
Like
and
on New
everything,
Work?
and everything like that. Yeah.
Man, there's nothing stopping you, bro. Like,
Man,
That's
dude,
what I'm thinking, man.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But see,
Yeah, go ahead.
It's easy for everybody else to say that because you haven't done it.
yeah.
I've done it.
I mean, I was
I've done it.
power generation repair when I was in the
Yeah.
military. That's what I used to. I'm not as detailed as you, but yeah, I used to work on schematics and all that stuff. But
Man, when I started out, man, I begged this dude to start with me, man. I was like, dude, like, I kept on asking him what his credit was. He was like, messed up.
You can't.
And it's funny because you have that 7 years. Like, if you mess up, like you're done for 7 years.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
You can't listen to Mario. Mario has a good thing going for him. I don't think he realizes it, is that he says yes to a lot. Like not in a bad way. Like in other words, I'm fearful. Like I had to start counting my pennies over here. I'm like, man, Mario wants to buy this and it's this much money. I start doubting.
Yeah.
I start thinking, well, I start looking at all the what ifs, especially when when it's involved real estate. You were talking about an idea about a shoe store or something, and Mario's like, yeah, do it. So Mario, he's a yes man. He's going to go in all with you, 110%. Mario isn't afraid to fail.
I'm not.
He's not
Yeah.
thinking about. He's thinking about the end.
Yeah.
He's,
The possibility.
Some people like myself. Sometimes we're not thinking about like the little bitty details. We know the big picture. We know what we want. We see the vision, but all the little details in there, the accounting and all this other mesh that you don't think about.
Yep.
But that's what happens when you start doing business. Now you know that's part of the process.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's one of my downfalls is that whenever I do anything, I analyze it like 100 times.
Okay.
I
She's
think
like my
about-
wife.
I think, come on,
oh man.
man. And I analyze
And mindset.
and that stops me
Yeah.
from doing a lot of things
Yeah.
and taking
Yeah.
chances, and
Yeah.
that keeps me out of trouble a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, no,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good on that end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Conservative.
That's something that I have to work on. I have
Yeah.
to be more like Mario.
I had a question on here about like knowing the different types of people, and I can see it in people now that I think this way, and it's something I kind of made up. Some people are more emotional, and some people are more intellectual. I think both are valuable.
Yep.
Like the people that are emotional are like fun to be around, but they don't think about all the details, right? And then people that are more intellectual, they're kind of boring. But they get things done, and I'm not saying you're boring, man.
But I was gonna put him into the emotional category.
No, I always think he's
I'm more of a
intellectual.
hybrid.
I think he's
So in the
intellectual.
middle? So
I
in the
think
middle?
because people that think really detailed like that tend to be more. I won't say intellectual. They think about the little stuff. And emotional people, they're really fun to be around, and they can sell anything to anybody. But then they don't think about the major the major parts, the moving parts. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm a hybrid too. So everybody's a hybrid, but sometimes we're like 60-40 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but yeah.
My advice is to do it, man. Stay in electrical. If I could do it over again, I would want to have a electrical or air conditioning company.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, those guys stay paid. So think about it. I mean, just
Yeah, my
you-
AC
you-
guy's pretty
I
paid.
think sometimes people think about running the business and they think about I'm doing all the work all the time.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily your job at first. Like when you start off, you're gonna want to go get little side jobs until your reputation, because you have an appearance of somebody who's trustworthy, that you carry yourself well, you groom yourself well, so automatically you have a step up. in that when it comes to business or even customer relations with your customers. So people are going to listen to you and they're going to say, yes, I trust him. And just because you're friends with Mario, that has to be true. You can't be just this, dishonest, loser type individual. So you already have a step up on people, on the majority of people who are going to be in business or start their own little thing, whatever they're doing. So if that's what roll with it.
And then I think you said your wife is going to get a realtor license, right?
Yes, so
that's even another avenue.
Yeah.
I guess this is
What's
It's Destiny, yes, Destiny, dude.
Why aren't you a master electrician? Like, why are you?
See,
I know it's a process, and I know it takes a while, but go ahead.
The biggest issue with getting your master's or your whatever kind of certification it's time. It's as far as you have to have those hours. Okay. If you're not under a master electrician, you can't get those hours. You might have put in the work. Yeah. Like the job that I have right now, there's not a master electrician.
There's not a master there?
No, they have engineers. So the engineers is kind of...
They can sign off on it.
Yeah, they can sign off on it, but then you have to kind of beg for it or something like that. Or so it's kind of a tricky situation, but then they have people that have their masters, and then you can pay them and use their license.
So
you buy a master. You can buy your master. Yeah,
hours.
That's all you need. Like
and a test.
And a test, but test is just about studying.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
If you have an idea.
Okay, I was just curious about that.
Don't let that be a roadblock.
Yeah,
you can buy a master. You know that. You can form a company and go lease somebody's master. I mean their license. Yeah. So don't let it be a roadblock.
Okay, that's interesting. What other business ventures are you thinking about doing?
Well,
what are you brainstorming about?
I started thinking about the shoe business. Like I was saying, I don't want to go into too much.
No.
Can you give us like a?
Spill
like you saying shoe business?
Spill it.
Is this lady shoes or is this?
Spill it.
Whenever a business is created, it's because of you have a problem or there's a need for that service. So
don't spill it then.
Yeah,
We're gonna give some secrets.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna spill the shoe game.
Well, I mean, I'm curious, man. I guess you're gonna have to tell me off mic.
Yeah. So just explain the shoe game then, because I just knew that. I just found out Friday when I got a haircut about the shoe game. I had no clue.
I don't know. I don't even know what this shoe game is.
Just an overview real fast. A lot of people don't know there's big money in shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as, like, I've had a pair of shoes that I wore 5 times. I bought it for like maybe $200, wore 5 times, and sold it for $1,000. Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, I've actually saw that. I was going to buy some shoes off the internet. I was trying to get my Hyper Dunks from 2015 Hyper Dunks. Okay, go ahead.
So, and then I have a friend on my job. His son is 15. And he just keeps up with all the different releases and the drops and stuff. Mm-hmm. And previously there was a shoe that released that was retail $160. Mm-hmm. He bought 3, and he was able to resell it for $1,500 each.
Dang.
So this 15-year-old guy just made $4,500 like in 15 minutes. So.
What's stopping you from doing that? What's stopping me from doing that? You know what I'm saying? I think you spill the beans on
money.
that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
He's giving a generalization. There's a lot of people to do that.
It is a lot of people that do it, but then it's all about knowing people and networking and getting an advantage over other people.
Yeah.
But
the Mambas came out Friday, right? Or Saturday?
I'm not a Kobe fan.
Oh.
Something. No. The Black Jordans.
Oh.
No, the Gammas.
Yeah. They look just like the Gammas, but they're,
okay. That's much I know. I said Mambas. That's Kobe. I was in the barbershop and they were talking about the shoe game.
Oh, okay.
This guy walked in with some shoes like those are. I was like, those are tight, and he was like, yeah, man. And some of the barbers like, those are Yeezys. I was like, those are Yeezys. I never seen them.
That's funny.
He said he's paying $1,000 for those shoes.
Wow. What colorway?
I'm black and white kind of.
Black and white.
The zebras.
Okay.
There were zebras.
Oh, the zebra. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like those.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Wow.
That's on the low side.
Yeah.
You have some that's 2,000, 3,000,
Man.
4,000 a pair.
So we should put a fund together.
Yeah, that's
Man,
what I'm
that
saying.
work.
And buy some shoes. But you have to. So here's my take on that. Is I would just go befriend all the managers because from when they told me the managers give you the shoes.
Yeah.
Because there's a limited supply, so you just can't walk in there and be like, let me. That's what creates the market. You just can't walk in and be like, let me buy some Yeezys. They don't have them. So that's what it's the supply and demand, just like what they do with the iPhones.
Yeah.
But like as far as paying off the managers and stuff, that's old school.
Really?
No, they don't do that anymore.
You got it before they even get to the man.
Now they have it where you can have bots where if they drop online, a robot will go in there and buy as many pairs as you want.
Oh man, yeah.
So there's.
So what do? You buy from the bot sites or something?
No, hey man, I'm not sure.
All right.
That's too much.
So what's some other stuff you're trying to do?
Okay, so that and then another idea that I've been playing with is as far as my dad, like I was telling you, has a bar.
Yeah.
And he already has a liquor license. He
All
already
right.
knows the steps, what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So I kind of been playing with the idea of maybe a small to-go daiquiri bar.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different daiquiri bars in Houston, so you have to find a good location. That's one thing I was playing with. And another idea I was playing with was this might sound kind of outlandish.
Yeah, spill it.
Is the concept of like a barbershop or salon or something?
Okay.
But in the middle of, have you ever been to a salon where there's different booths?
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole bunch of different booths. But every time you go to one of those salons, you're just sitting there waiting. So I was thinking of maybe a salon or some kind of business where you have a bar inside. So while you're waiting,
Oh, okay.
you can
Getting your
watch
drink-
a
getting your
game
sip
or
on.
something
Yeah,
or
that'd be
something
kind
like
of cool.
that. And so it's just I was thinking about that, and I was playing with that and seeing how if that would work. And
Okay. Like as far as, are you gonna put a lot of upfront capital to do this, or
well, with
are you gonna take out a loan,
there's a lot of people who just have money and they just want to invest.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got
So my dad knows a lot of people.
Can I meet them?
So there's always, but you have to have a business that makes sense. You can't just
Yeah.
come up there with some drawings or some ideas on a piece of
Yeah,
paper.
yeah.
No, you have to come up with numbers, like Shark Tank. You have to actually have
A plan.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
A plan. So you'll be surprised, man.
So
I would love to meet these people.
Yeah,
let me
too.
ask you the $1 million question.
Yes.
So if we gave you $1 million,
What
we
would you do?
got $1 million over here. All right, no, I'm just
I ain't
kidding.
never-
Yeah, no. Everybody's gonna be jumping. No. So you had $1 million. How would you spend it? Would you keep it? Would you just spend it on whatever, spend it over the next 20 years or something?
How would you utilize
Yeah,
that money?
how would you utilize it, or you just would you bury it under the ground?
$1 million. Well,
A million.
2018,
Yeah,
$1
$1
million, that's not
million.
really
$1 million. That
much.
can only buy you like a few pair of Jordans, right?
Yes,
No, I'm-
Rare ones. No.
Yeah.
What I would do is, of course, the reason why we're here in real estate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always a winning thing to put money
yeah,
into.
yeah. That's pretty.
And main thing is, it doesn't take too much to get into real estate, so you can kind of spread it with real estate. And not only that, the bar idea is a good way to go.
It's popping.
Okay.
It's popping.
How much does it cost to start that up?
About personally,
for-
I saw my dad. He had to get his license and everything. He had to put out like $15,000.
Okay.
That's not.
But that's just
Why
for the
not?
license.
Just for the license.
What about
just-
the bar?
Then
Like,
you have to build out.
yeah.
Then you have to build out, and then
What
that-
about
that's-
buying a franchise like Kung Fu or something?
See,
Because
the only thing with a franchise is
Yeah.
you're kind of limited
Yeah.
to which route you want to take. If you buy a franchise, they're gonna tell
Yeah.
you, I want it to look this way. I want you to run it this way. I want you to do this.
Because that's the way
You
that
can't.
thing makes money, though. Because if you try to do what you want to do, it ain't gonna make money. But they have like people that have already figured everything out. That's the only thing. Because I always think something should go this way, but then I find out it doesn't work. But I mean, unless you just like, I think it's really hard for people to get things right the first time.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the only, but I agree about the franchises. I know that some of them require you. Okay, you're doing really well. Okay, you got to buy another one. They make you do things, and
sometimes they say that the building, you don't own the building, or you don't own this.
Exactly.
Or the
McDonald's,
land. The land.
McDonald's owns like the best real estate in the country.
Pull out your wallets. Pull your wallet out. Pull your wallet. Give me 10%.
Oh yeah, exactly. The 10%.
You always got somebody in your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, at a certain extent, it might work.
But there's franchises that have like low franchise fees and stuff like that. So there's everything you got to look at. There's franchises where their goal is to sell you the product, and they have an established process that works, that they market and brings you customers, but their end goal is selling you more product, like whatever it is. Like it could be, like the wing stops. They want to just sell you more wings. You're buying their wings, or whatever it is that they're selling you. So it just depends on every. There's good pros and cons to all of that, I think. But he's definitely right about the process is down, But you can still fail at a franchise.
Yeah, you could.
Another thing with the franchise is, back in the day when you didn't have social media and you didn't have Google, Google, all these Snapchat and all that stuff, it was hard to do marketing. Yeah. But now you have social media and you see all these small businesses just blowing up because you have the whole world to advertise to. Compared to back in the day, it's like, okay, McDonald's is like...
Facebook is catching on to that. They if you have a lot of followers, they're going to charge you now. That's what I heard. You have millions of followers and stuff that. What?
You serious?
That's what I heard.
They may. I don't know.
There was a guy that that had a lot of followers, and he was talking about they were if he wanted to put something out. It'd only go out to 5,000 people.
Oh.
But if he wanted more, he had to pay.
Wow, so that's messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Facebook.
No Facebook Live for you.
Nah, no Facebook Live. No. Instagram Live.
What I wanted to do is tell the listeners that trying to transition back to real estate. You're going to share with the audience your next deal in full disclosure, like what he finds, what he buys, what he spends, to show the audience that you're not just talking about it. You're an active real estate investor. Like you're going to find a property. You're going because we can say he's an investor all day long, but what, is he really doing it? That's the question I have for the people out there teaching. You're in the office all day long teaching real estate, but are you doing it? Are you are you buying houses and renovating and flipping them, or making them renters, or whatever the plan is? So, that's what you expressed, right?
Yeah, the goal. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think I should have a house probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll put it on the show and have the before and after pictures. Tell everybody what I'm about to do, and give my electrician some work.
Did you? What about that condo? Did you find a buyer for that condo yet?
We're in the verge of that. I think we got a serious buyer tomorrow. He's gonna look at it tomorrow, and I'll post how much we made, how much we put into it, in probably the next couple of weeks.
Okay, you feel good about that deal?
I do. But in the future, I think we're gonna stay away from condos. The HOA, and then and then the value of it afterward. It kind of stays in
the same area.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna deal with houses.
Yeah, there's some people who don't. This is part of the road. The bumps in the road. There's some people who don't deal with condos at all.
Yeah,
they just you can give it to them dirt cheap. They won't buy it. So, that's just part of the learning experience. Buying a condo versus buying a single family home.
And then real quick, people don't notice, but you can foreclose on your property if you're not paying the HOA fee.
Yeah.
For condos.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. They'll take your house if you don't pay the HOA.
Yeah, the HOA is serious. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a house in Fresno right now. like I've never paid the HOA fee. I think I was like 2,000-3,000. They
2,000 or 3,000.
think
Isn't
so.
it a house?
It's like 500
Yeah,
a
it's a
month.
house.
It's 500
That's
a
your
year.
house?
I mean a year. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh, 500 a month. I'm like, whoa.
It's 500 a year. I have never paid it, and I think that I barely got a letter like last week. Like they're like threatening to do something.
You better
Yeah.
go and
You better
get
pay
it.
it.
You
Yep.
better get it, or we're gonna be finding a condo for 3,000 or 3,000 in Fresno.
No, I'm gonna pay it.
What's the address again?
Dang.
So you
Try to
eyeballing the Clark area?
Man, like that area is like, man, it's like 2 years ago it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you could sell a house without any repairs for 90,000 or 100,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
Like just as is.
Yeah. Like they used to be, I would say maybe 5 years ago. I seen a couple houses in the Clark that were like 16, 22,000. Man, not knowing, like that was before they started doing the improvements, the streets and
Man,
stuff.
you would have cashed
Not
out.
knowing that house is worth probably 150, 170 right now.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
I mean, they were in bad shape, but no matter what,
Yeah,
you're buying the lot, and the house is
exactly.
the house is rebuildable. So if it's rebuildable, you can create equity there. So we missed out that
Yeah,
stuff.
we did.
Learn how to build a time machine.
I just got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Okay, you said you saw that house that was 16.
Yeah.
What's stopping somebody from just buying up all those houses and just slowly fixing it up, and not just like dumping money into it instantly?
I would say that nobody knew that it was going to be worth that much. You're always gambling, right?
No, I mean those are like it sold fast. I mean, there was people who wanted it.
I mean but that's after the recession though. So
That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
After
but I'm trying to understand the question so I can answer for you. Like,
Just the idea of
that happened after 2008, and I think a lot of people were scared. Like I saw like condos going for like 80,000 in the Heights, and I was like,
Wow.
I was kind of scared. I was like, man, market already crashed. It might crash some more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you mean like buying it?
Yeah, as far as 16,000, if you see a house for 16,
Buy
and you
it.
see all the houses around it are around 60, you
Yeah.
know that
you buy that.
it's gonna.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you buy that.
It's
yeah.
no brainer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think it's a no-brainer, but when I'm telling you, when people are scared, like
Yeah,
the
scared.
common
Like,
sense just
yeah.
goes out the window.
Yeah,
you know
scared.
what I'm
Scared
saying?
is scared. Just like
Yeah.
no matter what. I mean, you can have a pile of money if you're scared. Nobody
You're
wants to
gonna-
lose 16 grand.
You're gonna hold on to.
So
your
you're
cash.
scared.
Yeah.
You're like this. You're close fisted and you're close minded. But there's a saying that I don't know who said it, but it's what would I do if I wasn't scared? Like what in anything, business and in your job, whatever. Like you were talking about, you got to beg somebody to have a day off. Like what would you do if you weren't scared? Like what would you do if you'd be like, I'm not coming to work today, fool. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm just not coming to work today because you're not scared.
Yeah.
You're scared because you want to keep your job because you want to pay your bills.
Yeah.
So like ask yourself that. What would I do if I wasn't scared? I did that a couple months ago. I was thinking about buying another service truck, and I was like, I was wanting to hold my money out, and I was like, what would I do if I wasn't scared? I'd go buy another truck today, and that's what you got to do.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So y'all got any more questions for John?
No, unless you do.
No, I'm good. Hey, so plug your Instagram, Snapchat.
I'm fine. Yeah.
So you're Mario's best man.
Yep.
All right, that was a nice wedding. His wedding was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Everybody had a good time. It was a good mixture of a crowd. It was cool.
It was.
Yeah.
Ron was one of my groomsmen. Josh,
You were?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, Josh supposed to have been one of my groomsmen. I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's the one that was missing in action.
There's some political things in the way.
We didn't have
right.
the Gucci man level.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I just,
Yeah.
I was trying to be reserved and everything, and I just, at the end of the day, I looked up and Mara was like, "It's next week." I was like, "What?" Oh man, but it was really nice. Everything was. You even had this guy. I had never seen it, but it was this guy that was he playing the piano in the corner?
Oh yeah.
And then there was like a drummer.
Saxophone.
Yeah, well, there's a drummer there, wasn't it?
That was my wife's uncle.
And it's pretty cool because like he was playing the saxophone, but there was a drummer, so it sounded like there was a whole band over there, but it's really just two guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're like this is like you start jamming like this is tight.
Yeah.
I'm not even the reception yet. I'm at the ceremony.
Pre.
And you look over there, and I'm looking for like this band in the corner. It's just two guys, so it's pretty cool. I like that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She pulled that out. I know you didn't do anything. She did it all.
Nah, I didn't do anything. I just showed up.
Right?
Yeah. Literally.
Oh man, did your I'm gonna speak about weddings and stuff. It's because my wife did this to me. She would conceal like what stuff costs.
Oh, for
like
real?
I'd be like, okay, babe, you got this is I got married 10 years ago and I didn't have no money.
So you had a budget?
Yeah, I had a small budget. It was like this, like that. And so I'd be like, hey, you got $1,500 for flowers, right? So I don't know what weddings cost. In her mind, she's like, they ain't buying me nothing, So I said, this is the budget. Stick to it. This is this is what you got. I ain't spending $1 more because it was a big wedding. It's like 400 people there. So
Wow.
she like later on, like 5 years down the road, 3 years down the road.